Hello. Just switched off my air conditioner. You are hearing me through mono mic, so you'll definitely find some change in audio in the way like you might hear some bass voice. Okay, I'll try to edit the previous audio which came from Boya mic in the post, adding some room and some bass enhancer and stuff like that. But right now you're hearing from mono mic. I don't do anything with the mono mic. I already all I mean, like, the default thing that I do is I just remove the noise, the hum sound, his sound, or like put some voice isolation. Okay, so that's all I do. I don't do anything much than the said thing. Okay, whatever I said it right now. So what I'm going to do is, like, I'll show the new hard drive, and it's really hard for me to show any copying of files or something like that, because like it's a pretty complicated process for me with only 4 ports in my late 2014 Mac Mini. It's been already taken. Like, one port is given to USB hub. Okay, USB hub holds my mouse, my keyboard, wireless mouse and keyboard, the dongle required for wireless mouse and keyboard, and one for charging my different mouse. I have an ergonomic mouse, vertical mouse. I used to use that, but these days I'm not using it. If need me, I can use it. So I have one plug to that USB hub, another one goes to my Huon HS611 pen tablet. So one port is taken for that, second port is webcam, third port is mono mic. So I don't want to mess up this system. Okay, I can connect my mono mic to USB hub, but sometimes, very rarely, it might stop working. Okay, and the audio would be lost, and I wouldn't know when it happened when I'm recording a video. So we don't want to risk. So whatever that I'm doing, it has to be from the mono mic itself. Okay, so with only one USB port available, let's connect the new hard drive. Okay, so this is the new hard drive you saw. Okay, these hard drives are portable, just as I told you before, and just watch how the pin goes and plug it accordingly. Okay, I couldn't show it to you right now because like I'm connected to my webcam's feed is like not that short, but it's 1080p though, and I'm not recording my webcam video here. I've just rested the movie recording window and letting it float on top, so that it feels like I'm recording a video, because like if recording two feeds, like recording a movie separately and doing a screen recording, two things at a time, is good. Screen recording is compressed and it's very good quality as well, but with movie recording through this webcam, 1080p feed gives a hell a lot of GBs of data. Like the quality is only okay-ish, but it takes whole lot of space, like 30-40 GB for whatever I'm recording. So it's plug and play. All you got to do is plug your hard drive to the USB port. Okay, so you're watching my computer right now. I've plugged in. So once you plug in, there is a small movement in my desktop. That's why there is a movement in the webcam as well. You see that little LED over there? You see that? I'm trying to create a shade so that you could see that. So it says like the hard drive is spinning. Okay, it's connected. Okay, So it's spinning. I could feel the mechanical drive spinning inside. Okay, I bet this is 7,200 or 400 RPM. Okay, the one that I had in my late 2014 Mac Mini is 5,400 RPM. So RPM is rotations per minute. So the writing is like uh, read and write speed is very slow depending upon the spinning speed of the hard drive. Okay, so you don't have to think less of a mechanical hard drive, because like all the network assisted storage NAS drives are hard drives, mechanical spinning hard drives. So they are meant to last longer. So why I bought a mechanical hard drive is only because I could use it for storing my files and retrieving my files. It's not like I'm going to connect my hard drive. It's already showing up in my desktop. It's not like I'm going to connect my hard drive and kind of you know work from my hard drive. It's USB 3 connection, and it's going to be very slow. I only edit my photographs directly from my hard drive without copying it to my computer, but I uh, use my hard drive just to store my files, okay, as a backup. That's why I'm going for mechanical hard drives. It's affordable. If I'm going to work for my hard drive, suppose like I'm using Thunderbolt 3 or Thunderbolt port 4, and if I have a hard drive which access those ports like Thunderbolt 3 hard drive or Thunderbolt 4 hard drive, SSD, not hard drive. If I have a SSD which can access that port, you can straight away edit a 4K or 6K video from the hard drive. Probably if it is 8K, probably I would suggest to copy it to your local system, system's SSD, and edit it. But for 4K and 6K, 2K, 4K, 6K videos, it should work fine with the SSDs. So read and write speeds are pretty good these days, and those are pretty expensive as well. So in the future, I wanted to back up my hard drives in SSD, actually back up my files in SSD. Let's see how things goes, like I'm not sure. And if I'm going to go for NAS setups, I still want to plug in SSDs than mechanical hard drives in NAS setup. Like put some M2 disk and NAS SCSI format, whatever that is. Put that inside the NAS drive and use it. I'm not sure like if anybody had tried it. I'm not sure like if it's going to work in one way or the other. I want to try it that way, like putting SSDs into it. But SSD is not like a huge space as in NAS drives, because like one NAS drive could be like 8 TB or 10 TB or 12 TB, but like 8 TB is most common, and it has color codes as well, green, blue, and red. And red is for like very hard use, like it's going to run for 24/7 stuff. Green is like for mild use, blue is for one such use and all that. But like I want to try it sometime, or by the time I'm financially equipped, that technology would have already been existing, in practice, having SSDs in your NAS. I'm not sure. Okay, so without further ado, we saw the hard drive showing up in the desktop. I'm going to double click. It's showing in the system here. Okay, let me pull down my Finder window for you to check. Okay, so please don't mind, the wallpaper is just a screen grab of some YouTube video. Okay, so you have a start here WinExe, and you have a start here exe for Mac. I usually don't use it. This is probably the recovery software they were talking about. I don't use it. What I usually do is like I select them, make a copy, put it in a safe location somewhere, in movies folder or somewhere, where you feel like it's secured. Just put, say, like Seagate One Touch and copy it there. Hope this is visible for you. If not, like let me zoom a little bit. I might go out of the window. So this is how I'm copying it. Seagate One Touch, and all the files are being copied there. Okay, so untouched hard drive is being plugged here. I am in a columns view. Okay, so there are different views in Mac. Finder is just your window, like, and then Explorer window. So you have a list pattern, and Max gives you this spreadsheet kind of lines here and columns. You know, you can access one after another. And gallery is going to be a icon stuff sort. Okay, so then columns, bigger icon, or like it shows the detail of the file. Okay, so since we have the backup, let's go format this hard drive. It's already showing up. I'm not sure like if I can copy a file inside. Let me see how it works. It's read and write works, so it's ready for Mac already. That's amazing. So I've been looking for a few televisions which is 120 hertz in refresh rate. You can game in them and still use it with a computer. So the results of this R&D showed me like all the televisions, QLED, OLED. OLED tend to leave some mark for a window which is being there for a quite long time. It's going to etch on your LED screen itself permanently. But that problems are being solved in the recent release of OLEDs. But all the QLEDs, OLEDs, the suggested 120 hertz monitors, all these things, works pretty well with Windows machines than Mac. That's all I found. And with Mac Studio, the highest and the fastest computer which Apple has right now in the lineup, and has only HDMI 2.0, and all these machines are HDMI 2.1. It requires 4K and more. Like if you want to access 120 hertz refresh rates, you need HDMI 2.1, and the only way to achieve that is from Thunderbolt port to DisplayPort 1.4. So I don't think this is a pretty good use for me right now, but I'm happy that this works. I'm going to go and format this. Okay, I need to format it because like I need partitions for YouTube and photography, or else I can do this in this hard drive for now without partitioning. Partitioning kind of caps the file size and the like the space in the hard drive. Let's check like how much space is there in this hard drive. Like right away when we bought this, it's going to be a little longer video. I'm doing it in the podcasts style, as in like there is no intentional or a specific way to go about a video, approach a video. It's going to be like free flow, impromptu stuff. So its capacity is 5 TB, available is 5 TB. That's amazing. Actually, we have used 64.5 MB. Okay, so I'll tell you an interesting story. I was like, I don't, I mean, like, it was interesting because it's my life. You might find it boring or completely illiterate stuff, like in terms of computers. Okay, so I have this habit, as in like, let me bring this window a little bigger so that you will watch me when I'm talking. Okay, so I kind of have this habit, as in like I don't use or feel to use something until I own it, or like until I feel like that's mine, or like that's actually mine. Okay, I bought that stuff for me and I'm using it. Okay, even if I bought the stuff and if somebody is borrowing it, like I won't feel like that product is mine. Like I'm not good in sharing my stuff. Okay, I would like to keep what is mine as mine. I want to use this and only I have to use it. Okay, that's how. And unless and until I feel trust worthy, or like feel so much trusted with the other person, I won't let him or let her touch my stuff or use my stuff or borrow my stuff. Okay, same goes with the money. If and only somebody is really really close to me, I would ask help or give help regarding money. Okay, otherwise the first thing I would put it like the first question that I put it like okay, you want something? Okay, that's all right. So tell me a date wherein like you are going to return this money, and till that date I won't ask you anything. Like that will be the first question, or tell someone that. Okay, so I'm not that stingy, but it's just my thing. It's been the way I've been programmed when I was born, manufacturing defect or so. So I never learned computers because of the fact that I never owned one. Okay, it was like partially here and there, random stuff. Okay, I know how to operate a mouse, I know how to operate a keyboard. I kind of understood little bit of Windows, but not completely what it is. I used to type with one finger in my college days. It'll be so funny. Even the programming lab, or like the practical test in programming, C++, and all would give me a headache if the program code that I have to feed for that examination goes over 50 lines, because like how fast you can type within the time they give you in two fingers, like within two fingers. I somehow did it well. But so here's the thing. So because of the owning thing, wherein like the computers, I never owned one uh, until I went to animation and I got a laptop. I never learned computers, what computers was. I even thought like hidden folders which were visible in a semi-transparent fashion, semi-opaque fashion, was virus in a computer, and deleted them. And the computer did not boot on my friend's computer. I think it was Rabbani Khaja Moidin. I think his Rabbani. I know his first name very well. My cousin's colleague, actually. He was so kind enough to tell me like, no, that's not how it works. And they reinstalled the operating system back in Bangalore days, when I was about to start with my animation. And I got my laptop when I joined a job. Actually, I got into training in the training period of my job, so because of which I never learned the computers. So uh, people had challenges, various challenges during animation days. My challenge was like, their challenge was like to learn the animation software. My challenge was like, I have to learn what computers are about, how to copy files, write files, what hard drive is made of, and all that. And I have to learn the animation software. In the initial 6 months or 3 months, I wouldn't know other than opening a animation file. Nothing other than that. I wouldn't know anything in computer. Okay, so this is where you have to go copy the files. They'll tell you everything. And the project Skyland with Method Studios, they had a complete manifest list of like what to do, how to name your folders with underscores and everything, where to copy and all that. Like that's where I learned everything. So it was pretty hard life for me the very first 6 months or even 1 year, because like I didn't know computers. So I bought, after buying a laptop, I bought a portable hard drive. Okay, so I somehow learned stuff from my friends. Okay, I think it was Ganesh, I don't remember, but he told me you could buy a laptop hard drive and put it in a case and use it as a portable hard drive. So that's how I bought it. And when I plugged in, I found it like, they told me this hard drive, you saw 5 TB here, right? So the space of this hard drive was 5 TB, just as you see here, right? That hard drive, that hard drive, which I bought for 512 GB or something, my very first hard drive. 512, no, not that is too much actually. That's too advanced. I bought a 40 GB hard drive. Sorry, 80 GB hard drive. Okay, laptop hard drive, 80 GB laptop hard drive. Put that in a case, and when I first plugged into my computer, that laptop hard drive showed me only 72 or 74 GB of space. I was shocked. Oh my god, I paid so much amount of money, and for 80 GB, this shopkeeper has cheated me. This laptop hard drive has only 74 GB, and I do not know where that 6 GB went. I really do not know. So I took the hard drive back to that shopkeeper and told him like 6 GB vanished. I have only 74 GB in that hard drive. So imagine, I was so innocent, like I didn't know how the industry functioned back then. So if you're going to buy a flash drive, like pen drive for 1 GB, the amount of space that you can access is like about 880 MB or 920 MB. So few MBs would be eaten up. Not like today, wherein like they give you more than uh, the dedicated amount of hard drive space so that you have the exact amount of hard drive space to access. So I was so innocent and I didn't know like that's how the industry were functioning. So it was hard lesson to learn, and I felt so embarrassed to be in that computer shop asking about all these things. They thought like I'm in animation, I'm a cool guy, I would know a lot of things actually, but I didn't. Okay, because the same shock on that day I had was like people were buying graphics card which was like about one lakh or 1.5 lakhs, wherein my entire laptop was like less than 45,000 or something. So I didn't know a single component of a computer would cost that much. So back then it was a hard lesson learned. I was very embarrassed in the computer shop. Okay, so that's a very little short story, and I learned about computers later then. Okay, slowly one after another. Okay, so you can also. So why I'm telling is like if you don't know something in computers, don't worry about it. You can always learn it. There is life, like there is time for you to learn all this stuff. So normally what I would do is like I go to Launchpad. I have given a shortcut here, so that's why when I drag my mouse to the left corner, it launches Launchpad. If I go to the right corner, I can access various desktops that I opened. Okay, if I go here, it clears the space, all the programs, and shows me the desktop. And if I go here, it shows all the opened applications. Okay, so that's how I have configured. Otherwise, you can go and access Launchpad here. So when you hit Launchpad, it shows all the programs that you have. Okay, so I go to Launchpad and hit Other and open Disk Utility. This is where I would go check all the hard drives that is available, and you got to do little thing for you to show every drive that is present. Otherwise, it will only show the name of the hard drive here. So if you want to partition this is in GUID partition map, right? You can change the partition map. So like suppose partition this, and you want to partition this, and you could actually go to APFS. I said APS or AFS, right? It's both. APFS, Apple file system. Okay, so now that's not the expansion for this acronym. Go check the actual expansion for this acronym. Okay, otherwise you can go for macOS Extended Journal, or go straight away to APFS. Okay, this is very standard partition format, because like your hard drive is secured in one way, because another Mac user, like if someone has a Mac computer, if and only he has a Mac computer, he can access the hard drive. First thing. Second thing, there is a password protection software. Probably the software that you found inside the Seagate is password protection software. Okay, and when you give permissions for read and write, people with Mac with certain permissions only can access files, something like that. So you can go and partition it. Normally what I would do is like I do 3 TB for YouTube, and this is dedicated for 2023. Okay, I can here name the year, or like just let it be to YouTube as a folder or as a partition, and then in the folder's name I can give 2023 or 2024 whenever I'm using it. Okay, I can go ahead and do the partition, or I can go to the file, keep the 5 TB just as it is, and name it YouTube, and then go for photography. Okay, I can what just happened? I do not know. Oh yeah, it renamed. It's my computer, it's a little bit slow. It's doing a video record. I'm in screen recording, and it's doing accessing a 5 TB hard drive. It's too much load for it. See, look, the running temperature, it's almost 80 degrees C. Okay, so 3 devices are connected, right? Many devices are connected, right? Okay, so I could name it this way: 2 folders, photography and YouTube. Go here and name the year that I want to use for the YouTube, put it there, 2023, and continue copying the files or using the continue to use this hard drive. Okay, is it something wrong in doing this way? Absolutely not. Okay, it's only in a uh, for a secured fashion. You're thinking about partitions. Okay, otherwise, mm, you can go straight away, do create folders, and yeah, okay, to use this hard drive just as it is. But the problem in using the hard drive just as it is, like if it's a 5 TB hard drive, right, it's portable. So suppose like you're going to drop it, you know and you're going to try to recover the file, entire 5 TB is sort of a risk. Okay, so when you're going to partition the hard drive as 3 TB, 2 TB, or 2 TB, 2 TB, and 1 TB, or 2.5 TBs of partitions, like you're saying, like you're segregating the space in the hard drive, right? So when you're doing that way, like if there is something happening, there is read write issue, some issues in copying and reading in the file, or there is a mechanical failure in the hard drive, or something happens, like you have warranty, you can take it to Seagate, but what about the data that is there inside your hard drive? To recover, it will be easy for you. So if that is in partitions, if one partition is getting corrupted, say like 2 TB is getting corrupted, the other partition is alive, so it will be easy for you to recover that data from that partition. So that's why you always partition your hard drive. Even with my Mac, so I partitioned this when it was Monterey. So that's why it's Monterey. I think it's still Monterey, or it's a different operating system. It's Monterey. So I name it after every operating system. Okay, with the new update, and I won't be getting new update hereafter, because like my computer is not Apple Silicon, it's Intel, so it's outdated already. So Ventura is the new operating system, but I still went and partition my SSD for 256 GB and 256 GB, because like one 256 GB, the first one, it has the operating system, it has the all the default file folders where it naturally copies files. If I download something, it goes to the downloads folder, and the documents that I have is linked to the iCloud and all that, and even iCloud is linked to that operating system folder. So it has a lot of things happening. Your swap is often written and copied and deleted from your operating system folder. So I always free that space a lot. I kept 256 GB over there, because like all the applications that we install here is in the operating system folder. Okay, in this folder. So you need to have some space over there for swap and all that. So that's why I partitioned. Even if the OS gets corrupted, I have to format only that partition, and the data which is there in the other 256 GB of the hard disk is always safe. So only this partition is need to be changed. So partitioning, by this time you might have understood, like partitioning something, a hard drive is like a single piece of hardware will behave like two pieces of hardware. Like one partition in the software kind of behaves like a different hard drives. Okay, though this is a single 5 TB hard drive, when you're going to partition it as 3 TB and 2 TB, it's going to behave like two different physical hard drives, but in software terms. Okay, so that's why. So that's all I wanted to say, and let's go and partition this. Okay, so I'm going to do it for YouTube. So I'm going to apply in the APFS file format system. I don't want to do encrypted copying, because like every time you copy a new file or delete a new file, it's going to take time. It's going to keep on encrypting that file. So it's really my computer is pretty slow to handle such things. So I'm going to put APFS. It's 3 TB. Okay, and you see, like it's going to take 164 MB as use space. Okay, and it will be erased and all that. Okay, so gonna apply partition. Yes, partition it. Partitioning, by the way. So in those times, all the hard drives that I owned was 5400 RPM, and When I bought my first desktop computer, that's when I changed my hard drive to 7400 RPM hard drive. Okay, and then I learned about all the things actually. When I built my second desktop PC, I learned a lot of things. I was well versed with both the platforms, Mac as well as Windows and Linux as well, because like I was using Linux one way or the other. So operation successful. You need to have this. Okay, this green tick. Otherwise, there are some issues. So for now, this YouTube is ready and it's in APS volume. This untitled volume is also APFS, but it's not partitioned yet. So let's go and do that. Or like just rename this hard drive. I could have done this there itself. I probably forgot. So it's photography now. So it's APFS volume. It's called photography, and it's 2 TB of size. Okay, and there is some files which been written into this as 299 MB for 300 MB, and here you have some 400 MB of files. Okay, so now what you can do is like you can close the disk utility. You have two folders now. That one touch hard drive is gone. It's YouTube and photography right now. Okay, so now what you can do is like you can open the YouTube file. It's empty, you see, and go to the movies, photography, and this is where we copy the Seagate one touch, right? So now let me open it and copy that back here to YouTube. So this is dedicated for beginners who did not own a computer before. Okay, so this is a very basic stuff. Okay, and people who are in Windows, like if you're going to watch, getting into Mac, you're thinking about getting into Mac, and it's for those beginners. This is dedicated only for beginners and probably for the kids. Okay, college going kids or something. In our college days, like I never owned a computer, but I've seen people using hard drives as USB pen drive, because like they would just remove it from their most of the computer, the CPUs that you'll find in my college were like all the cabinets will be removed, the cover of the cabinets will be removed, and the hard drive will be hanging like the dog's tongue. Okay, it will be hanging like this, and whenever they want to copy a movie from some other friend's computer, they will remove the hard drive and go plug it into his computer, copy the file, and come back here. When they want to play a game, they did that. So it was like that. So this is dedicated for 2023. Okay, so let's put a folder here 2023. Okay, and sorry, why am I hitting there? New folder 2023, and you can put P as in like it's for photography, and you can put YT as in it's for YouTube. Okay, so this hard drive is ready, and I'm going to store it in my dry cabinet. Anyway, the dry cabinet doesn't work because I have to buy a new dry cabinet. I'm still saving for it. I've been saving for the hard drive for a quite long time, and the money that I have been saving for the hard drive, I can't put it for buying a dry cabinet immediately, because like this is more important. If I'm running out of space, when I'm a content creator, so I need hard drive space. So yeah, I can wait to save to buy a new dry cabinet later. The one I want is like almost 130 liters or so. So let's see, like that's 12,000 to 20,000 bucks. I'm not sure how much it was. I did not remember, bad memory. So I do not know what's the price today. So I gotta check and buy with that. Actually, I would need more than 130 liters for sure. I'm gonna close this. Eject it. So this is the max way of ejecting a hard drive. You can eject one partition or eject all the partitions. So I'm going to eject all the partitions. So that's with the new hard drive. So okay, I'm going to disconnect that hard drive. Oh my god, my Mac is kind of jumping. Mac menu is like doing all the tilt and dance. Okay, so I told you, like I'll show you the the folders and all that, because like I have application called rectangle. Okay, so it will help you arrange the window to left or to right, just as in Windows. Okay, so just as in Windows. Okay, Windows in the sense like PC, Microsoft operating system. Okay, so I stored my videos over there. So I have two folders, photography and skating. These days I just copy it here. Okay, otherwise this is the folder structure I usually have. So I usually put them in the according year. Okay, right now this is not inside the year format. So imagine this, before this June there is a folder called 2022. Okay, so it will go into the month, and in the month I'll have edited for YouTube. This is where I copy the files from the hard drive, the videos which I already created, including this one, and I copy it to my computer before for the editing, and I edit it from this folder. Okay, this is for the files which I post it on IGTV. So according to the date, I put them here. Okay, so I go on alternate days for LDP writes. So I put them on this folder there. And new YouTube videos, like if I'm going to copy a new YouTube video created on that particular month, so I'll copy that here and then move that folder to the hard drives. Okay, and I always take the backup of the mobile phone, the photos, videos that I take, and put them in this folder, and later I'll empty it to my hard drive. I mean, backup that content to my hard drive and delete that folder for that particular month. For July I haven't created anything, so that's why it's empty. So last ride was on 29 June, so since then I didn't do anything. Probably I can create a folder and show it to you. So it's July, and edited for YT and IGTV, and what else I had? New videos for YT and July 2022, mobile backup. I always give underscore instead of space, because like it counts as a letter or some sort of character in the computer. It's useful actually. When you go to Windows, it might confuse. So I always name it with an underscore. Okay, sometimes I don't do, but many times I name it with underscore. Okay, so this is how I do it. I copy my files over here. Right now I could show the copying of files, but since we have some space crunch, I'm thinking about it. Let me see. Yeah, I disconnected my hard drive, right? So I'll try to connect my mobile and show you how I copy the files here. This is a pretty podcast style video. Okay, pretty long podcast style video. It's probably taking more than 30-40 minutes or more than 1 hour. I'm not sure, but I'm going to let that happen. Okay, I've connected my mobile. I'm saying file transfer. Wait, let me record that part into integrate that into this video. Like I'll put a screen recorder is running on my mobile. So from no data transfer, I'll close this. Okay, and I'll have to plug this in this video, right? So I'll go to change that to file transfer, and now I have the Android file transfer application running, showing me the contents inside my mobile. So then I'll go and stop the screen recording from my mobile phone. Okay, so this file will be saved and I can copy it later. This particular screen recording of the file transfer would not be available in this Android thing. If and only I close this application, then go and say like no data transfer, and cancel it once again, and say like I'm kind of say like I'm connecting the mobile again. Okay, when I say this file transfer, then I have the files that I recorded today. So I record my stuff with open camera. Those are big files. It's going to take since this is a very long video, I want to cut short that part and see like this is the video we just recorded. So it's 1:58 now. It's 1:57 when we recorded. So I'll just put that into new videos. Okay, so we just copied that file, and it was that file recording wherein like we're talking about this, file transfer stuff. This is the video we just recorded live when we were making this video. So that's how I copied to this. This is actually should be put under Seagate One Touch HDD unboxing. Oh, that's spelled with H. It has to be N. So forgive me. That's done. So this will be put inside that, and I'm going to copy all the rest of the files. Most of the file structure would be like that. I'll have a year, then go for the month, and then rename the files according to this folder structure. Okay, so folders, copy the files according to this folder structure. Okay, so with my photographs, this is how it goes. So you have the year, okay, and then you have the month, and I have 3 folders over there: site, JPEG, and RAW. Okay, site is where I upload my files. So the final uploading files will be there. I upload it on 2 platforms, Flickr and Fine Art America. So I copy the files over there. Why I have separate folders is because like in Fine Art America, I don't have the borders, but with Flickr, I have the borders, and I have the watermark there, hidden watermarks in my image. Okay, and 3 spots. So when I print my image, I print it just as I Flickr image. Like the paper would have the image like this. Okay, so and the JPEG is usually, if you check on the main, like JPEG is usually having the XMP file and the edited image of that JPEG. Like because like this is I usually I used to print this file format for the digital negative. Suppose like if I have to invert this image for printing digital negative, I take it from the JPEG. Okay, and here where I store in the raw, I store everything: the raw file, RAF file, Fuji file, and the edited affinity photo file, and where I generated an JPEG image for Fine Art America, where I generated an image for Flickr. This Flickr image was generated from an application called Darktable. Okay, that's where I create the borders, and I can't do it as easily that I do it with Darktable. The borders can't do that with Affinity Photo, so that's why I use that. And XMP file is from Darktable. Okay, so and this .xmp file is read by Lightroom also. Anyways, so that's the folder structure with photography. So every photography file will have this folder structure: year, month, and within the month, for the sites that I upload, and the JPEG folder, which it has the files for printing digital negatives, and RAW has the edited file and the RAW file and the output file. Okay, it's sort of backup stuff. Okay, and whenever I finish a particular year, I burn that into my M disk. That's my usual habit. You hope you guys know what M disk is. Okay, M disk is a special DVD Blu-ray disc. Okay, and it has a special coating with aluminum, and it can keep your files safe for 1,000 years. M disk, the files returned to M disk Blu-ray will stay for 1,000 years. So that's why. And imagine like if you're going to have a M disk which is lasting for 1,000 years, like if 8th generation people is going to access your file, just I'm saying, for example, they're going to access the file of this M disk, that you have, they should have the M disk reader as well. So preserve your M disk reader to read your files even when it is 1,000 years old. Okay, so that's what. And like US nuclear launch codes are still in 3.5-inch floppy, or a bigger size floppy. So old techs are preserved because it's less and people stop using it, it's become rare, so people can't hack it easily unless and you know about the technology. So preserve it. Okay, and the why this folder is still showing up and not 2020, 2019 and all, because like I've written those 2019, 2020 folders to mdisk. I'm yet to write 2020 and 2022 and 2021, because the mdisk Blu-ray I have is 25 GB of content, and this particular these two folders have not reached 25 GB combined. It's like 1.82 GB, and this one is like how much, 14 GB, so it's like 16 GB. I can still go for this entire year and burn an M disk. Okay, so because like I've reduced the uploads for Flickr and FAA, because like it's really hard for me to afford both the platforms, the professional level thing, like I'm not, I don't have the financial support to hold my online gallery, keep supporting them every year, the subscription fees, like I can't afford. So that's why I'm uploading very less number of photographs, and that's also one of the reasons. The space crunch is also one of the reasons why I'm not going for uh, photo walks quite often. And going for photo walks is like I have to go for a outstation, and I have to stay there for 10-15 days. I don't have the budget for all those things, so it's all the budget thing is capping me from doing a lot of things. So I'm doing whatever that is possible from my table, from my desk these days. So that's all I can say. Oh no, the Hue on tablet has the driver has bummed me now. So okay, I've cancelled that. So that's the folder structure I follow for movies or videos and um, photos. That's all I wanted to share here in this thing. I'm going to go ahead and copy my files from the mobile, take a backup, including the screen recording that I'm doing right now. And guess we have come to an end of this video. So we saw the various file formats and my little past, both the hard drives and computers. And we saw about the plug and play new hard drive, 5 TB hard drive, say from Seagate file, and how to partition that, Apple file formats for partitioning, Windows file format for partitioning, the FAT file format, those are for Windows. Okay, and what's how partition and all that in a very outlined fashion, not in a very detailed fashion. This video is meant for beginners and who are not much familiar with the computers. Okay, so that's why I did not go too much into technical stuff. Okay, hope it was useful, and thanks for putting up with me, thanks for supporting me as always, and thanks for helping me. I hope my YouTube monetization opens up and I get some financial aid to keep continuing my photography journey and skating journey. I want to expand my skating journey with LDP and freelance skates and skateboarding in the future. I hope it happens. I hope I am able to combine the LDP thing with my photography journey, and I hope I am able to get proper financial aid to upgrade my computers, softwares, plugins, my dry cabinet, everything that I have, hard drives, new camera gears for video and photography, and for skating. I need Insta360 camera. I need a GoPro. I need a Insta360 Go camera, which is a smaller 2K camera. I need various cameras to mm, give you a best content that is possible from me. Like as a 39 or 40-year-old guy, I'll be beginning 40 from August. So I want to give the best for my audience, so that I'll be remembered and it will be also useful for them. Okay, so thanks everyone and all. I'm going to sign off. It's a pretty long video in a video podcast format, because like I haven't done anything for photography in a such long fashion. So I'm thinking of uploading this on photography channel. So anyways, thanks guys. Bye. Peace. Have a great day. I don't know when I will be uploading this. It's going to take quite long, but until then, peace. Bye.